New leaked photos of the Switch 2 dock and all the portage confirmed, plus more updates on a January reveal and a March release like we predicted. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. We're going full screen so you can see my kitty. Bowser, say hello to the people of the Switch 2 hopeful. There they are. All right, Bowser. Back down you go. I've missed being full screen, so we're going to go full screen to kick this off. We've got some awesome stuff to discuss, including new leaked images of the dock, and I'm getting very excited for my curved dock future, but also the Lexar play card. My fine friends at Lexar sell the best memory card available for Nintendo Switch, and if you're looking for something to spend your holiday gift cards on, then this one has upgraded speed and is the safest, fastest, biggest memory card you can put in your Switch. Make sure to click the link in the description down below to check it out for yourself. Up to 1 terabyte in size, but they have smaller sizes to fit your needs as well. Now, I need to show you the Switch 2 stuff, so back to the corner I go. Hey! The new leak of the Switch 2 dock. This is pretty sick. This comes from Laura Kate Dale. She is a video games writer. She's been a leaker at times. I'm not sure what she's up to at this moment. She worked for Kotaku in the past, but she posted a leak of the Switch 2 dock over on Twitter. This is a new photo I've received from a trusted source showing a Switch 2 dock featuring visible input and output voltage information, other information obscured. In addition, I have learned that the Switch 2 ships with a 60-watt charger for use with the dock. So that 60-watt charger is going to be bringing the heat, quite literally, energy, electricity into the Switch 2 dock. You can see here on this input output, we have 20 volt input, 15 volt output, and we can see 3 ports right here. Now, they've blurred out this information, which I guess would be more serial number confirmation. That would be a problem for whoever's dock this is. Clearly, she got this dock picture from someone who has a dock, so Nintendo might be able to figure out via the serial number whose dock it is. My guess is this is not coming from a factory, whereas those Joy-Con were, and so it's harder to track those Joy-Con, whereas this is coming from a specific person. Now, Laura Kate Dell says, as a result, to my understanding, the current generation Switch main charger cable won't be suitable for use powering the Switch 2 when docked. So basically, Laura Kate Dell is saying that your current Switch charger can be used to power the Switch in handheld mode, but not in docked mode. That's my understanding, that docked mode now is requiring this 60-watt charger, and that it's not something that your old, hey, what are you biting over here? My charger? This is a phone charger, Bowser, not the old Switch charger. I was going to say, if you're destroying the Switch, whoa, and whoa, what do you got? This is, do you have something? Do you have something over here? Oh, he just has his bag. It's a phone case bag. All right, Bowser. A little bit chippy in the new year. Anyways, that seems interesting to me. Getting a charger with the system, okay, like at least Nintendo's not going that weird route where they remove the charger from the hardware packaging. But we have another interesting photo that I want to show you that is about what these dock ports are. They're saying that you can see 3 ports, and you can. If you look very closely, you can see that there's 3 slots here along the right-hand side. We've got 1 right here, 1 right there, and 1 right there. And this image here says that that's USB-C up top, HDMI in the middle, and Ethernet at the bottom. So Ethernet is going to allow, obviously, you to plug in your internet. HDMI is going to allow you to connect to your TV, and USB-C is where you will charge. Now, most likely, well, charge and power. Now, most likely there will be extra USB-C ports on the side, or at least USB ports on the side to charge up your controllers and any extra accessories, but this is what we've got on the back of the Switch 2 dock, and we've got this fancy whomp, which looks like a way that you could lay it down flat, sort of like a leg, otherwise, right? Like that's what it is. They also want you to know that it has screws, so the cover uses screws to stay in place. So bada boom, bada bing. You can pop off the back of your Switch 2 or your Switch dock. Like, this is honestly kind of cool information and kind of a cool upgrade. The Switch 2 dock utilizes screws, so you can't just pop off the back, or what happens to me, it just constantly pops off and then I lose them and I can't find them anymore. All right, so we've got the dock, the back, we've got the ports, we've got the input-output voltage, we know about the charger, and now we know even more about the optical mouse sensor. Now, this is a picture of the Legion Go mouse sensor, and you can see that it looks very, very similar to the Switch 2 Joy-Con sensor, which is most assuredly going to be that mouse sort of pointer feature. And Next Handheld, who is our legendary leaker from the initial pictures of the Switch dock, he says as much, that this is indeed going to be for the mouse. He says, yeah, but devs can answer this better as they've seen some minigame demos that I guess would be best described as Mario Party WarioWare-esque in nature, where you could control a snake, but I personally haven't seen in action. So they're saying that you're utilizing something where you're controlling a snake with the mouse pointer, or maybe it's this way, like you're moving it around the screen. I'm not exactly sure, but basically their understanding and what they have been exposed to is Mario Party WarioWare-esque minigames. Now, they're saying these are minigame demos, so I'm curious where these are going to be housed, if anywhere, for the Switch 2. Is it possible the Switch 2 launches with some sort of like startup software that allows you to test out the new features of the Switch 2? Think of Face Raiders, but for Switch 2. Or is there some sort of party game that is coming out early in the Switch 2 lifecycle that is going to utilize the mouse in a way to take advantage in the same way that 1-2 Switch did? This probably isn't a Mario Party because we just got a Mario Party. It could be something else, maybe a Nintendo Land 2. That would be a dream of mine, bring back Mario Chase for the new generation. But there's also a high probability that this is just a developer demo to showcase what the things can do. Like you're like, oh, we've got this optical sensor. How does it work? Here's some examples of how it can work. And specifically because Next Handheld says, yeah, but devs can answer this better as they've seen some minigame demos. That makes me think that it is developer-specific content and not like retail for the public release content. I mean, I would imagine that Nintendo is going to utilize this mouse feature in their games, at least in their games. We'll see if other third parties decide to pick it up or how exactly it's implemented to be advantageous for our game experience. But I would guess there's probably not built-in like game demo tech, like a Face Raiders type thing. And I would guess that there's not an early Mario Party or WarioWare. But if the UI rumors are to be true and there are going to be many more icons on the screen like a Wii U or a 3DS, hey, why not have some built-in software to give you something to do when you unbox the system before you get your first game and to check out some of the new features? I would love that. I just highly doubt it. Now, Next Handheld does continue to talk about January, saying, I've just heard January announcement and both March and April for launch. More based on supply chain and distributors' secondhand info, though. So January again for announcement, which we've been hearing more and more and does seem to be very likely. Don't fret, we're only at January 7th right now. I know Piero said that there's no Switch 2 announcement this week, but to expect Xenoblade news, that allows us to have next week or the week after. There's still multiple weeks in January where this could happen. But more interesting to me is that based on supply chain and distributors, he's looking at a March or April launch. Now, March or April makes a lot of sense to me because I think it'd be late March to provide enough gap between reveal and release. And if you're a distributor or a supply chain, you're like, dude, I know we're shipping these things out late March to retailers, so is it going to be used for a late March release or an early April release? Either of those could be. And honestly, while I'm Team March because it's the month of the original Switch launch and because it's a month sooner, April is, I think, just as likely. Early April, late March seems to be a nice like 3-week window for me where I think they'll release the Switch 2. I don't think this thing is waiting till June or July, as we heard previously rumored. I don't think it's being saved for May or June, like we also heard previously rumored. It does seem like things are speeding up and that things are moving along fast. And again, I don't believe this is because the leaks are moving things up. I just think this is Nintendo's plan all along. Now, we're going to go back to another post about January. This one comes from Nintendo, who runs a Nintendo Deal website. Until this morning, I was 50% sure Switch 2 would be officially revealed this month. I am now 99% sure Switch 2 will be officially revealed this month. Now, Nintendo probably has connections just based on the fact that they've been involved with the Nintendo ecosystem and the eShop and the Switch for many years. Are they actually getting us correct information? Are they giving us amazing information? Are they giving us perfect information? I don't know. But they say they are 99% sure. Not 90% sure, not 95% sure, 99% sure. And that, to me, says that they've heard something from a partner that is going to be featured in the showcase, and they therefore know that, hey, it is going to be coming. Now, you can take this or you can leave this, but it's very clear that the Switch 2 reveal is imminent. It's very clear that the Switch 2 reveal is super close, and we have Nintendo and Next Handheld both saying that they've heard January announcement still, and this is recent. As you can see, these posts were made just a little bit ago from Nintendo and from Next Handheld. Now, it's kind of freaking funny because if we look at everything that's leaked for the Switch 2, it's like, goodness gracious, Nintendo just showed the system off. This doesn't even feature the new dock picture today from Laura Kate Dale, but it does show the innards. It shows the motherboard. It shows the Joy-Con back, the Joy-Con side, the Joy-Con shells, the side of the system, the C button up close, the back of the dock. You know, we really have so much of this puzzle, but it's interesting. We have nothing software related, and I think this is the most exciting, best way to do a leak. A hardware leak that does not spoil the games is phenomenal. It's fun, it's exciting to look at, it provides a lot of great detail and a lot of great insight into what the system will and can be, and then we get to be surprised by all the games. Nintendo holds the aces, the kings, the queens, and the jacks in their hands because they have the face cards. They've got the games. And at the end of the day, the games define the system much more than the features itself, but it's super fun to see the features without spoiling the main course. Now, this is a final render for now from somebody who's been working on a lot of renders of the Switch 2 based on everything we've seen and known, and this is where we're sitting, and this looks freaking sick. If you saw this pop up on your screen as a Nintendo reveal or during a commercial for the Super Bowl or whatnot, it looks hot. It looks great. I think that if they're able to realize sort of this minimal color feel that we have with the orange around the joystick, the orange for the labels of the buttons, the blue for the labels of the arrows, and the blue around the left joystick, that's fantastic. I think it's enough pop of color to really distinguish this thing and to make it look like cool, fun tech, not just like boring tech. I think a plain, just matte black color scheme does look nifty, but it also reminds me of first-gen iterations of handhelds, and it also reminds me a lot of the original clamshell DS where it was like all silver and they were like, ooh, it looks fancy, it looks rich, it looks nice, and it kind of just looked prototype. So I think the color gives it a final finish that really helps set this as a really nice, not only iteration, not only sequel, but as a wonderful piece of hardware that is both techy, both high-end, but also fun. And Nintendo has never shied away from their love of fun, and it's a reason why we get such incredible games year in and year out. Switch 2 year is here. We're living in it. It's about to be revealed, and we're going to be playing games on this thing soon. And that's basically your best look at what it is. We've seen more about the dock. They're obscuring serial numbers because they know that's a way to find more information. And we've got info on January. It's coming up really soon. One of these days, we're going to pop on here and say, hey, look, it's the trailer, and we're going to watch it together and freak out and probably get chills. So in the meantime, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Let me know your take in the comments down below. And until next time, SwitchForce out.